There we go. Not sure what happened with the webcam there. All right. Well, yeah. While we wait for Sora was how I know it's been a couple of weeks since we last played, so um, a lot of that had to do with the fact that in America it was Thanksgiving, so I had a bit of a Thanksgiving trip, which was good. It was nice. Um, but yeah, I was kind of sad that we had to skip 2 whole weeks before this session, but hopefully the wait is worth it. All right, good. I'll also mention for those who are watching that I've updated the slideshow, which is kind of in the middle between Sora and Pepe. I've added some new sketches and drawings that Aster made, as well as a bunch of the logos that Shabby made, so that all of the primary art pieces or and things that exemplify the businesses and the people in this setting are visible there. So anyway, but yeah, welcome one and all. I had a bit of a false start. I'm going to just double check my stream to make sure that the stream is indeed working. The stream is live? Okay, excellent. I wanted to thank you for checking on that. Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, Lord, yes, thank you, Pepe, in the chat there. Kablukin, hello, welcome. Get blazed. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but thank you. Yeah, Kablukin, this is your first time in one of my streams. I've seen you around in on Twitter, so. And also Aster is here. That's always exciting. So Aster, again, your new drawings are in the slideshow, kind of in the middle there. And Fishes, hello, welcome. All right. So, sorry, what? Cringe cat. Half the things anyone posts on Twitter are cringe, but we don't kill the part that's cringe. We kill the part that cringes. Uh, anyway, we are starting today's session in the sort of in the base, in the sort of the underground sort of hideout area for Deadly Syndicate and Varsity. So you guys are. Is there a? Is Riku there twice? What's going on there? Here, let me get rid of one of those. There we go. Okay, that's okay. That should work. We should be good now. But yeah, so you guys are. So as a bit of a recap of last time. So we're having fun with the map there. As a bit of a recap from last time, you guys were investigating another sort of piece of the sort of block and the ledger sort of puzzle that was going on with Sakura Doki. You can see all of the members of Deadly Syndicate that you've met with before. There you see Mimi and Delilah and Sakura Doki there, who is pretty much completely recovered. She's out of the hospital. Lexus and Ava, that you guys have been working with to kind of sort of investigate Block and their office, their guards, their officers, and also you worked with Delilah and to kind of try to get into the ledger, the sort of the chain of the ledger with all the where all the cryptocurrency transactions are, to try to figure out what happened to Sakura Doki's wallet, which is now empty still. found out that another big content creator, Dr. Gosh, did I say Dr. Splat? Professor Splat. I think it's Professor Splat. Okay. Professor, that's what it was. Yep, I gave him a more academic bent. Professor Splat might have had something to do with that. But then also last time you were in a block office building where you were trying to investigate. Basically, you came across a dead guard in the basement and found out and who basically it was Captain Bastion you were trying to find, who was the one who led the attack against Sakuradoki, but you found him dead in the basement, and you also found that later on there was a kind of like an executive woman named who called herself Blush, and you pretty much knocked her out, and she's tied up, and I'm not sure if I have like her mini in here, but let's see here. Oh yeah, you did leave her in the building. That's right. Just like all tied up and everything. Yeah. But yeah, essentially, so basically you gathered that Blush was the one who ordered Captain Bastion to order guards to go after Sakuradoki, essentially. So you guys are kind of reconvening here, trying to sort of like discuss, do we want to do do we want to do something else about this? Do we want to start investigating Professor Splat and what he's got going on with Sakuradoki's wallet, or maybe looking more into like what's going on with Block? These are the kinds of things you guys are sort of talking about with the members of Deadly Syndicate here. But yeah, are there any things you guys want to like say or talk about while you are here chatting with these people? Or anything you want to do while you're here in this moment? Ava kind of like, she kind of makes this, like, she kind of cringes at that. Like, you can't really do that. That's basically, that's basically saying you're going to try to stage some kind of like violent coup against the corporation that runs everything. I mean, we would need some kind of like very complex plan and stuff like that. And I mean I suppose you could probably go after the Optimus, or like the president, the Optimus, or maybe some of the other leads of like the legislature or the courts or the bureaucracy or something. But that's obviously there's a lot of security and all that. And Sakuradoki said, "But so it was Blush who ordered the attack in the first place. Did you guys figure out why she did that?" Yeah. Yep. Sakuradoki seems a bit disappointed by that. But at this point, you guys do hear a voice, kind of sort of in the back, corner area, about here by this sort of computer area, and the voice says something like, "I think Kaz is onto something about targeting Block, and Ava does have something. Ava is right that targeting Block is not entirely feasible, unless you know what's going on with Block." And the voice. So, yep. So you see this woman with like a purple streak in her hair walk up. This is Sin. Yep, the leader of Deadly Syndicate. And she says, and she looks at all three of you and he says, "I also want to apologize for not being very present in the training and activities of Var City. I've been looking into something about blocks specifically that has I've been wondering about for a few years now, and I think I finally figured it out. And I'm here today because I think I'm ready to show you what I found out. Are you interested? All right. Follow me, please. And she starts walking around the corner. Yep. All right. And she stops at a wall. She's facing the wall. And she said, this is strictly on a need-to-know basis, but clearly, now, you need to know. And, oh, come on. Where's the, nope. Oh gosh, how did I, there's a thing I had hidden here. Oh yeah, here we go. Maybe. All right. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there should be a staircase that leads down. A void. If you kind of move the camera down a little bit, you can see that there is a concrete hallway below this level with a staircase that connects to it. Hopefully this area is more navigable than the other one was. Oh. Oh. Oh, I made a mistake. That's fine. There we go. I may have done something weird with some of the... Oh, gosh. There's some... I didn't realize. So some of those X blocks... I did not put those there. I think that might have been some... Maybe something went wrong with those particular assets. So... But yeah, you guys are here now. And Sin is leading you guys down this corridor. Yeah. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Boom. There we go. Oh, is Riku down there? Got him. I think I got all you guys down there now. Up on the walkway now. And then she says, believe it or not, I actually did not build this tunnel. This tunnel has always been here as sort of a secret base beneath the secret base. But what I'm about to show you is something that I have built. Something that, again, was... didn't really want to share with anyone until it was strictly necessary. So, yeah, she moves in to this very large computer room. You guys should be able to walk inside. So basically this is just like an enormous supercomputer with a lot of monitors and everything. And yeah. She walks up and then she turns to all of you and says, when I first came to this city a while ago, I knew I needed a place to be able to investigate pretty much anything I wanted about the various corporations and and things without outside of prying eyes. Now, our base is pretty secluded. Normally, people don't go down into the sewer level, but I wanted something extra secret. And so here, I have this computer. It's not even so. Most computers are run by artificial intelligence, right, to make things easier. This one is not. I did not want to take any chances for any kinds of rogue AI or any kind of machine learning or anything. This is probably about as analog as a computer can possibly be compared to what we usually have. Linux, yeah. She said, yeah. So the way that life has been has not always been this way. As some of you might be too young to know about this, but or maybe not. I don't know. It depends. Time does weird things to all of us. But there we go. But yeah, you see, about I think maybe 30 or 40. I think 30 or 40 years ago, I imagine. The government there was a sort of there's a discussion about the allocation of resources. So about 30 years ago, there's a societal upheaval that happened, in which despite a decent amount of protests, government officials decided to the legislature made this decision to only give resources to urban communities as opposed to rural communities, automating farms and things like that. Basically forcing everyone to move into cities, just like this one, just like Denbrock. This caused a lot of strain, and of course, a lot of people, especially those who did not necessarily live in urban communities, protested. And so, about 5 years after the decision was made, there was, after this general federal budget shift, there was a mass migration from rural to urban, but there were some who inspired to and determined to take action. So about 23 years ago, a rebellion was born. Some members of the indignant populace just formed a group to revolt. And they established multiple hideouts throughout the country, sometimes in cities, sometimes in the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't be surprised if this hideout was one of those. However, about 5 years into that rebellion, even though they made tremendous strides in gaining public favor, one of their most important hideouts got uncovered by a double agent. And during this moment of vulnerability, various government and corporate leaders started relying on the eager-to-please press and media to share what their double agent found from the rebellion. What they found was quite shocking. Chemical, biological, technical augmentation experiments, the whole gamut, anything. Any way to somehow enhance or augment humans to try to get the upper hand against whatever governmental or corporate entities could throw at them. This was not a very good look, especially some of the natures of some of these experiments, right? All the participants were willing, of course. No one was strong-armed into it. But there were whole families that participated in this, including children. All willing, and there were very, very few casualties. It was a lot safer than it seemed, but this was not a good look. And so the government created a revisionary division to sort of correct the rebels, essentially wiping out the rebellion, either just through various means. The rebellion was no more. And that's why now any sort of abnormalities that you have are called rebnormalities by government and corporate officials, because anything that is abnormal is indicative of rebels. Anything that looks like magic, anything that looks like some kind of augmentation. I mean, look at Ava. Even Ava, a actual agent in Block, has a rebnormality. She ages a lot more slowly than most other people. She's a lot older than she actually looks, for example. These sorts of rebnormalities can take all sorts of shapes and forms, as you may know. So, yeah. But all this got me thinking, why did the government reach this decision in the first place? This strange decision to shift their budget in such a drastic way to cause all of these problems until we ended up where we are now. And I started looking more and more into sort of like, what's been going on and how the government became block, and how we ended up with the ledger instead of fiat currency and everything. It all points to one incredibly strange conclusion. I really do not want to be right here, but I don't think humans are running the city or the country. I suspect that it's all an algorithm. I suspect that everything that Block does, AIs and algorithms, machine learning, it's nothing new. We use it all the time, but I think Block has secretly been using machine learning and artificial intelligence to actually create and run and adjudicate policy. I'm not even sure. The Optimist, Dan Van Salmsapan, is real. I heard that you guys actually met him, right? The Optimist at one point. Weird in what way would you say? Right. I mean, we do have elections. There's always two candidates, two different candidates, and they always speak in front of people, and in televised messages and everything. But they could be. But one weird thing I noted. I mean, that is possible. It could just be a block official, just kind of like masking themselves as whoever the voted Optimist is. That's possible. I also don't have any record of the Optimist physically interacting with anything at all. So that leads me to believe that either it's a Sona skin or it could just be a straight up hologram, for all we know. Which basically leads me to believe that, well, yeah, anytime that there is a change, anytime there's a change in policy, anytime that, basically there's an artificial intelligence that is in the legislature part of Block that is suggesting laws to be made. There is maybe there's another one or the same artificial intelligence that is enforcing them through the Optimus and bureaucracy, and another one or the same one, giving the appearance of interpreting those policies. Yeah, so I thought about that too, actually, and I'm not sure. I feel like that seems too easy to me. I don't, but I guess it's technically possible. Um, that is true. I mean, and so if so yeah, I have to wonder. I don't know what the power is behind Block. Um, I'm not aware of any individual corporation that feeds them all of their power. It could be one corporation that I'm not aware of. It could be, yeah, I don't know, but but they sorry, but Fish is like, that's way too many years ago, probably referring to the like 30 years ago or something like that. Um, but yeah, so that is generally my theory, and I've been kind of going back and forth on. I don't know, like, there are certainly ways we can discuss on how we can like try to bust Block wide open. Maybe, I don't know, shut them down, maybe expose them, but I'm not sure. Their Block is so ubiquitous that I'm not sure what the repercussions would be about doing something like this. But Hmm. And how did that go for you? So, well, yeah. So this, so again, so yeah. Sin reiterates. So yes, I wanted to share with you this. Again, I don't have solid proof, but everything that I've been looking at, from from policies made to the way I've noticed block being run to anything else, um, it leads me to this theory that I have, and I wanted to see, and I wanted to discuss it with you to see what your thoughts were about this, and especially with how, again, we at Deadly Syndicate have had a bit of a tentative relationship with Block. Obviously, Ava works for the bureaucracy of Block, but we've always had this understanding that even though Ava and the rest of us have reb normalities, that they were okay with us functioning as we are, as long as we, um, well, as long as we don't, you know, use our reb normalities very much in public, um, or even if we do, that that we have good cause to do so. I suspect that the main reason why Sakura Doki was attacked was that she got a bit cocky with that practice match you guys had, and kind of showed off some of her ability to influence her chat and make things materialize in the real world. Um, that was, but even then, I thought we were immune from such retaliation like that. So that's what made me double down and like stay down here for a while, trying to work this theory out. Yeah. Um, I mean, there's a lot of surveillance in the city. Um, obviously, they would have access to about as much data on the citizenship as anyone, and so using that, an AI could definitely make policies and enforcements based on that. But yeah, I imagine that, I mean, machine learning AI became sophisticated enough to sort of navigate that. I guess I didn't expect that AI would be sophisticated enough to navigate political and social nuance like that. But apparently, I mean, yeah, they did beat they have beaten us in chess decades ago. So, but yeah. So what thoughts do you guys have about how we want to move forward? Do we want to? I mean, I don't know if you want to try to like devise a plan to do something about this. Maybe either sharing the information or trying to like take them down as a corporation. Um, keep things quiet and just keep playing Buster Chase or something, and just I honestly like I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts of my own, but I'd like to. The three of you, although to be fair, the three of you are not the best in an all-out fight. Um, the three of you have been able to. The three of you have been able to do some really good investigation with what you've been provided, and you've been holding down the fort of Deadly Syndicate and Varsity pretty well. I mean, there's more than just two options. I'm just saying, like, what are your thoughts about what you want to do with this information? Yes, all I have are a series of observations. Hmm. Maybe more. Maybe yeah. Maybe more definitive proof would be the right answer for this. Oh boy, what such that's almost that almost sounds like an ultimatum there. You you were hired by Deadly Syndicate to be good at Buster Chase, which you've proven that you are. Um, but again, it's sort of, especially since we all have reb normalities of some kind. Um, this is hard for me to ignore. I guess I will also mention. I guess I will also mention too that I'm not sure how this is. I'm still not sure how this is connected to Sakuradoki's wallet. By the way, that whole issue. While we have that lead with Professor Splat, which I still don't understand. I still don't see him doing something, pulling a stunt like that. But um, that does seem to be the case. Because you're involved, it won't be a peaceful situation. Is that what you're saying? Okay, yeah, fair, fair, yeah. Hmm, maybe so. Yeah, we can see, and I don't know if he's connected to this at all. He could be, maybe not. But that's probably the piece of this puzzle that's like the strangest to me, if I'm being honest. So, well, I mean, he did a decent. I mean, as Delilah's investigation in the ledger shows, he did do a decent job of hiding his tracks for a little bit, but being able to look at some hidden information in the ledger essentially showed that things do point to him. So, what? Say hi to. All right. Um, would you like me to go with you? Would you rather Sakura Doki accompany you? If she's up for it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen her like that. Actually, yeah, she would. Yeah, she would have a. She's usually not the kind of person to like actually threaten someone or dox them or harass them and stuff like. But in this case, she could get her chat to do anything she wants. Honestly. Well, she's gonna live stream. Yeah, definitely. Um, Lander Vargan is saying, I'm not sure the player audio is coming through. I'll make them louder. I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyway, go ahead. There, I've made the desktop audio louder. Hopefully, you players, can be heard better. All right. Very good. So let me see if I can um, reach it up on board here. So I'm gonna get so it's Is Discord what? You don't think so? Oh dear. Did I oh dear. Oh dear. So, so you're telling me that this whole time, you guys couldn't be heard at all. Oh dear. Um, hmm. Okay. Let me try this here. Properties.
Importance.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, surely we did.
There we go. Figured it out. I just let them know in chat we're overthrowing the government.
We are overthrowing the government.
Yeah, that was
This
the
just
only
said, hey,
thing
it was still super
of what
interesting
we
just hearing you,
said.
not gonna lie. Wow, we are more than half an hour into this, and I just learned just now that the players could not be
The
heard at
4
all.
people working on this did not notice that until someone in chat said,
I don't know how the.
I didn't have audio on for the stream, so I
Gosh.
could see.
I mean, I
people
don't
Okay.
lighting up and me moving around.
I think part of it also was I didn't have the desktop audio switched, so I sometimes switch my audio source or like output from between headphones and my actual speakers. So I wonder if something like that was happening. It should be fixed. It sounds like, according to Lander Vargan said it's fixed. So to recap, I mean, to be fair, I was doing a lot of talking there, so that was good.
Recap: we're overthrowing the government.
Basically, yeah. So based on all that information, the players seem pretty set on wanting to like try to overthrow Block, and this is one of the reasons why I named this whole adventure Blockbusters, because Busters for Buster Chase, Block, and like I figured you guys would probably want to like bust Block as a corporation in some way, big or small. But yeah.
Shut it down.
Okay.
Worked up, white boy. We'll go this way.
Let me try to find. So basically, what I'm doing right now is, again, kind of like for sessions like this, where like I have, this is kind of one of those sessions where I have an idea of where to start, and I kind of like present information, but I wasn't 100% sure where you guys would want to go from there. So now I'm trying to make sure that I have like a suitable like place for you to go now.
Now that we've decided to overthrow the government.
You see Dr. Clown.
Let's
wow.
see here.
What a nerd!
Well,
Get
so-
him!
Get him.
Okay. Just need to add a little bit of decor here. What would work for this? I think this would maybe. Okay, I think so. Okay, excellent. All right. Oh dear. Oh, that works. Almost done. Okay. Oh, come on. Oops. Oh, that was in the way. I was basically like doing some simple furniture stuff, and sometimes I realized that certain things were just like in the way for some reason. All right. Excellent. So, I'm going to drop you guys off in a familiar board, but once again, I am going to be using, different parts to just. This board is just so versatile. There's like so many buildings and so many like rooms within those buildings. So I'm using that. So essentially, what has happened so far is that you guys are trying to find. So Sin basically asked other people in Deadly Syndicate to try to figure out where Dr. Splat might be found, and after some searching around, it was discovered that basically, because Delilah was able to sort of crack the ledger to find his transactions and find his more secretive transaction in there, it was pretty easy to find some of his contacts, which basically said that he had a meeting with a corporation called Leguri at about this time. So
We found OG June.
oh yeah, that also
I
might
see
be
it
one of
before.
the like the hunters that I had like secreted around somewhere. Unless that one's actually named June, I'm not sure.
No, it's
Oh no, it is
actually
June.
named-
Yeah, that
It
was
is,
that was
I
the
think
that was the
it's
OG one that we had. Nice.
Gone but never forgotten.
God, I never forgot. All right. Yeah. So basically, let's see. Let me try to put you guys in a room somewhere where this will make sense. I'm adjusting a couple. I'm adjusting a couple of pieces of furniture and room and stuff like that. Okay.
Oh, this is where the guy who said he was the head of Block was. Damn, so many memories.
Okay, I'm having trouble finding doors, but it's fine. I'm gonna drag you guys over to a room in one of these buildings, and I think if you guys like click on yourselves, you will probably be able to find where you guys are. Sin is coming with you, and then we have Kaz. I think I need to get rid of some more furniture as well. There we go. Oops. There we go. All right. So essentially, what's been like you guys are kind of like going around and well, before you get to this point, actually.
I'm on the first map, by the way. This is where you
Yeah, I don't have control over the new character.
Oh, do you not?
I'm still in like where we first played Buster Chase.
Oh, okay. Let me try to. Are you not able to click on like your icon and stuff? Oh, never mind. Here. Basically, so I want you guys to go like to. So there's this building here that I'm kind of indicating. And I want you to go about 3 floors up, ish.
Oh,
Or
the building where I shot the guy.
Yeah, but like we're going higher up that building. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Yeah, so that room right there. Yep.
There we are.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I now
this is-
have control.
So essentially, through some connections, you guys are able to kind of make it into this waiting room just outside the boardroom of Leguri, which, once again, Leguri is the corporation that is in charge of the ledger. The ledger is run by a board of several people who all have like they're the people who have like the highest stakes in the ledger. Essentially, these investors that have the highest stakes in the ledger, they're running the corporation, they're running the ledger itself. And you guys are basically in the waiting room.
Beating them to find a way to erase stuff off the ledger.
But yeah, you're basically just like you're put in this waiting room, and you were told, wait here. But it's been about 20 minutes, or actually no. How long would you guys wait here before doing something?
20 minutes.
10 minutes? 20 minutes?
I'd probably say
Yeah,
like
not
10.
a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a lot.
Not a
Hello,
lot.
hyena. All right, so it's been
Probably
about
do
10.
some stretching.
So it's been about 10 minutes. In this room. What do you guys want to do at that point?
I want to fiddle with any piece of technology I found, like anything. Like this computer here. I'll look for Minesweeper. I don't know. Round 2.
Yeah, you can find Minesweeper. Yeah, it's basically a complimentary like computer that you can like do that kind of stuff with.
Just tries. How good would a UAV be in this situation?
UAV. Sorry, what do you mean?
Like, I mean, we're gonna like, I guess, fight things soon from what I'm getting.
That depends
Like,
on you guys.
yeah, it depends. But
Okay,
like,
knowing us, it's gonna end up in a fight.
yeah, let's just, yeah, most likely. But like, let's just say these like little drones come out from the vents again.
Come
Like, what if we just had a
on. What do you
UAV?
take me for?
Yeah.
I'm not playing Among Us all the time.
Okay.
The good thing is, so metagaming sidebar. I have a spell for that.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay, maybe I should bring robots out of the vents.
Don't, please. I beg of you. The last time I nearly got killed.
It's incredibly tempting now that you say you have a spell for that.
You weren't supposed to hear that. That was sidebarred, Baron. I wasn't talking to the DM.
Do you know how many
Wait.
ideas I've gotten from players just shooting the breeze during a game session? Just in general, not necessarily just here, but just in general.
Amogus.
Anyway, I will also say I was having a hard time finding a door, but like this right here is the doorway. It's a closed door. There is a window, so you can look through the window and you can see like a little window in the door. You can see through the window. There's that boardroom. You see people on the other side. I'm not sure if you guys actually are able to because of line of sight.
Yeah, I do see them, like barely.
But there is a table. There's a long table with like a boardroom full of people, and there's one person with a mustache and like a white lab coat looking thing standing at the end of that table.
That character, I can't see it. The rest of them?
Let me see if maybe getting rid of something else might help with line
Oh no,
of
he's
sight.
just. Oh, actually. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Can I just peer through the window to see what kind of high fashion is going on here?
I basically took like there aren't a lot of citizen minis here, but yeah, I used a bunch of like
So they all look like they're out of an anime.
They
yeah.
are so wealthy. Damn.
I'm wealthy. No, I'm wealthy. No, I'm wealthy.
Pat
I'm
Hyena in the
so-
chat is saying there are also so many times where players just jokingly go, "It'd be so funny if this specific detrimental thing happened to the party," and I just go, "Okay, bet." Sometimes I think that way. Sometimes, yep.
It would be hilarious if there was an enemy AC-130 above.
Leave that.
I do try
the
to
game master.
be discreet in using any ideas I end up getting, but yeah, like I said, the door's closed. You can't hear what they're saying, but they're all talking. And any of you who are looking through the window, make a history check.
It worked! I finally fucking get to use it!
Let's go.
I accidentally put a buff in history.
Oh,
Me too, actually.
that's awesome.
I didn't think it would actually work. I never thought it would happen. I thought it was useless, but no!
Are you peeking, Blaze?
I'm peeking this!
Wait, what? What'd you say, Pepe?
Are you peeking through the window? I mean, should I?
Yeah, I guess I will.
Yeah, just
We gotta get-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you roll for
Each
me.
of you,
Roll
each
for
of
me.
you make a history check while you're observing.
And wait, okay, I got a 12, and then what does that add it up to?
You add your intelligence to the like you
Okay,
look at the
intelligence
history.
and history.
Well, no, just
Wait, should I-
history.
Okay,
which-
just history. So that's 4. Yeah, that's plus 4. So that is a 16 and 19. Wow,
So
we're
16
so good
for
at.
16 for Riku, 19 for Kaz. What did June get?
I'm not peeking.
Just playing Minesweeper.
I'm just.
Oh, you're just playing Minesweeper. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll also
Also-
have let's see, I'll have Sin step over here as well. Cool. So the two of you so Riku and Kaz, you look through there and you recognize the guy in the white coat at the end. is Professor Splat. He's got.
Okay.
And actually, I wish I was a little. I wish I was a little more prepared for this. But I actually made I actually made an icon for him, like a pixel art icon. If I can try to.
He's so wealthy.
That kind of like has like a pixel version of his face.
So wealthy.
Do I even
Maybe too wealthy.
Do I even have that image? No, I don't. Weird. Let me do this then real quick. Image. Never mind. Yeah, basically, I'm going to share an image with the rest of the players, and so at least they can see it. Here it is. So yeah, just a fun little pixel art thing that I made.
Cool.
There he is.
Well, he basically just kind of has like this sort of this mustache that goes down to his chin. Kind of has this dour expression on his face. Short brown hair. And a telltale white coat and a pixelated tie. Like his tie looks like it's pixelated. He also is wearing those pixelated shades as well on his nose. But yeah, so Professor Splat is here talking with people in the Leguri Corporation.
And they told us to just wait until they have time for us, right?
Yeah, you were told to just like wait until they call you in, essentially. And then, like I said, it's been about 10 minutes. So, oh yeah, and I'm showing on the stream now actually what Professor Splat's logo is. So you can see it up in that far corner all the way up there. So, apart from June playing Minesweeper, what do you guys want to do?
I would like to express that I can identify that Professor Splat is at the desk.
Sin says, "Oh, is that Professor Splat?" I confess I've never really. I don't watch very many content creators. I've got so many other things going on.
You should be a content creator yourself. Have you ever thought about that, Sim?
Well, Sakura Doki does all of that for. I'm like other people in Deadly Syndicate are more public facing than me. Delilah, Sakura Doki, Lexi, kind of. I'm happy to leave that to them, honestly.
Sure, you know you want to become a streamer.
What would I even do? Just play games?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Play Buster Chase with us. Stream it.
Can you actually stream Buster? I guess Sakura Doki does stream Buster Chase sometimes. I'll think about
cast it. Live casting, commentating.
I guess I could commentate. I am the informant. I do the informant role in Buster Chase for Deadly Syndicate. So
I'm an informant too. We should be best friends.
Well, I mean, I know you're the informant of Varsity, but yes, as far as I know, you do a pretty good job with that. But anyway, so let's see. Professor Splat is in there. He's chatting it up with. Honestly, if you guys want to barge in, I wouldn't. I won't stop you.
Okay, do I overhear this?
You would hear that. June would hear this, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the DM is sick of the stalling. I wouldn't be mad if you barged in.
This is just
stop
Sin
stalling.
I don't care what you guys do. I'm just saying this is how Sin is feeling. So
I'm kicking the door open.
The door's locked.
Wait. I have a spell for this. I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
You kick it and you just like
when I had to.
Frick!
You hurt your foot.
Oh, it's locked.
So when I had to choose a level 2 spell, none of them really fit June's theme. So I choose the one that unlocks locks, right? So you instantly unlock something. It's
Oh, is
kind of-
it knock? Is that
it's
what it
knock.
is?
It's called knock.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you can go up
So
to it. And how does the knock spell work for you? What does it look like?
Okay, so I was imagining, right? Since we are in the future, I'm guessing the lock is either electronic or
Yeah.
mechanic.
It's electronic.
I don't think it's like a very old thing.
Yeah.
So I imagine June kind of either frying the circuits or doing something similar with her powers to like instantly unlock the thing. That's what I picture in my mind.
Okay.
Either way, it's a level 2 spell, so I will actually.
So yeah. So June moves up to the door and unlock. By the way,
It says
before
it makes a loud noise when you use it.
yeah. Well, actually, a loud noise already happened when Kaz tried to kick the door.
Yep.
And to that you can see through the window that everybody in that room just kind of looked over, reacting to the noise. So I mean,
To
now
be kicking the door.
everybody in that room has been alerted to your presence, but they seem to have ignored it and just turned back to each other to talk. But now June is casting knock on this door to unlock it. But yeah. And you pull the door open. Yeah, it unlocks now.
Let's go. Okay, I kicked the door open.
It's a pull door.
Go for it.
You have to pull the door.
Away
Not...
in shame. Kaz walks away in shame.
You pull the door open. A kick doesn't do anything. This is one of those things that I love about being a DM. It's just like, I didn't have any details for the door at all. In fact, I initially didn't have it planned to be locked. But once you said kick the door, I'm like, you know what? It's now going to be a locked pull door. Just because. I try not to do that kind of thing too often. But, yeah, there you go.
Do I take 1 damage out of embarrassment?
Roll 1d4 damage. It's 1d4.
Just sprained his ankle.
You take 2 psychic damage from embarrassment. Half of that damage is half of that damage is physical damage to your foot, and the other half is psychic damage. So 1 damage, 2 damage. There you go. But who's barging in first after you pull the door open? Who's barging in first?
I'm being shamed in the corner.
Me, I guess, because I'm closest.
Riku is walking in. Okay.
Yes.
It's the police.
Yo, what's up? Police. You recognize me?
Wagwan, brethren.
All right.
It's the police. Call the weed.
All right. So you guys go in, and so a member, one of the board members says, "Excuse me, what is the meaning of this?"
Excuse you.
We are right in the middle of an important business meeting. Have you,
We make the questions.
We make questions.
And actually, at this point, Professor Splat said, "Guys, I can handle this." Hello, ladies, gentlemen. This is a bit of an unexpected surprise. I don't think we've been properly introduced, although I am acquainted with some of your people. I'm Professor Splat, and you guys are.
Hi.
Deadly Syndicate.
I know she's from Deadly Syndicate. He points to Sin. What about you guys?
I'm Kaz.
Bro, no way you don't recognize us. I thought we were famous.
I am famous. You should know who I am.
Sometimes I just like hearing it from their own mouth,
I'm Kaz. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Justice.
Very angry at you, sir.
Hello, very angry.
I hate him so much.
I
hate him.
No, you.
But yeah, that was a bit of a sort of rude intrusion there. is there something maybe I or the board members here can help you with?
Oh, we were actually looking to have a discussion with you personally.
Me personally, well, I'm in the middle of a bit of a meeting here. If you guys want to wait outside, I'm wrapping up something with these guys here.
I just kicked a pull door twice. I'm not waiting.
Well, that kind of sounds like a you problem, skill issue, as it were.
Fair. However,
You think I give a flying frick about your foot?
it hurts and now I'm angry. You said you're just finishing up. What are you guys talking about?
Nothing important. Boring.
Maybe we can assist.
Ledger stuff.
Ledger this, ledger that.
And and then one of the board members says, yeah, simply a discussion that between his wallet accounts and the ledger itself, and is
Would it be
like we tell everyone, you can leave all the complicated ledger mechanics to us, and we got it all taken care of.
So are you discussing the implementation of transaction hiding or
Transaction hiding, that is nearly impossible. And then the way the ledger works is and then Professor Splat said, okay, listen. We're discussing the possibility of a fork in the ledger. It's not something that I put in a request for a fork to be made in the ledger, and simply put, we are discussing that. It's kind of a big deal to make a fork in the ledger, and we want to make sure everything kind of goes as smoothly as possible. That's all.
Can we sidebar real quick?
I mean,
just to confirm, fork in the ledger is like where recording stops, right?
So speaking as the DM here, how this works, and this is also by my understanding how it works in an actual blockchain as well. So again, the ledger in here is like I said that there were some transactions that were kind of hidden, blah 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 blah. As far as I know, an actual blockchain doesn't actually hide transactions. Like you can see them all, but it's all letters and numbers, blah blah blah. A fork means that essentially someone disagrees with. Basically, there's a disagreement with some transactions that are on the chain, but you can't delete transactions from the chain. Once a transaction is on the chain, you can't remove it. It just kind of keeps going. So if something is wrong in the chain, if there's a mistake somehow, then what would need to happen is a fork where the chain would go on normally, but then a fork would be made that has the removed or corrected transactions, and they both would go at the same time. That's why it's such a problem, and that's what they're discussing here with the ledger. Essentially, it seems that Professor Splat sees something in the ledger that he doesn't like, and because he is a very wealthy and person of high importance, his application allows, he applied for a discussion of a fork, and he's able to talk with the board members directly about it, essentially. This would be like a problem and trying to figure out the logistics of it. If a fork is made, then essentially the ledger would be copied with one version having the corrected information, the other version having the original information. So obviously something would need to be done about the original ledger and just kind of like tossing that by the wayside somehow. But then both ledgers would keep going. Transactions would still be going on as if nothing happened on both of them. So when a fork is made, it needs to be made very carefully with Ledgeri, the corporation behind it. Does that make sense? Maybe?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So can I... It's now speaking to the team. Should I just flat out accuse him?
I want to do that so bad. Like,
Accuse
I've been
him.
thinking of like interrupting and trying to like, okay, shut up. We know
Send
what
it.
you did, but I'm not sure like how to phrase it. So
Send it. My friend here has something to talk to you about.
Okay, let's say I interrupt the whole thing. I look at this bozo at the eyes, and I said to him, okay, I don't really care what you are talking about. Why the freak did you went after Toki? Pal. I'm like very angry.
Professor Splat
don't
kind of looks at you.
Could I try doing intimidation?
Oh yeah, roll intimidation. Go for it.
Let's go. Okay. 17.
go.
Damn. Plus 5. Okay.
You're so intimidating.
I'm very angry.
22.
Wow.
Just really just kind of just put it out there.
Yeah,
Put it on
that's
the
kind
table.
of that's kind of how Professor Splat is reacting. He's like, "Wow, just kind of putting it all on the table there, aren't you?"
I look.
Work.
Well,
Intimidate.
allow me to put it on the table as well. And with that, he actually steps onto the table, and kind of slowly walks on the table towards you. And he says, "All right, listen here, you little shoot."
What do I have to roll to not flinch a single centimeter?
To not what?
You just rolled a 22.
I don't wanna. I look at him dead in the eye, as if I was at his same.
No, that's fine. I don't think you need to roll anything for this.
Okay.
Professor
But that
Splat
would
just
be
looks you
intimidating.
dead in the eye and says, "Listen here, you little shoot. I have all the resources I need to shut you up. All right? You are interfering with my business. You're interfering with my discussion with the jury. All right? The jury of the ledger, if you will. And you are intruding upon a very serious business discussion. And what I want to know from you is why that, and why whatever the frick you have to say is important than what I'm talking about. Is more important than what I'm talking about here. And I want you to choose your next words very, very carefully. Miss, what was it? Very angry, was it?
I hate him so much.
I What?
Okay. What if I told you I also have all the resources to shut you up?
You used
That's
to have
pretty
all,
good.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You used to have
That's
all
what
the
Sean would
resources.
say, actually.
You used to have all the resources to shut me up. Well, it sounds like you don't have them anymore, which means that the point is kind of moot now, isn't it?
I mean, we still have plenty of resources, but
I
it
don't
does
think
take
this
a bit of
guy
a hit with the
really-
ones you stole from Doki.
Oh, you're accusing me of stealing now. Is that what it is?
I'm accusing you of being part of it.
What proof do you have?
Attempting murder.
It's on the ledger.
Trying to hide it.
It's on the board. The members of the board. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, what is? What are you talking about? And the members of the board just kind of looking at each other like, they seem confused. Like they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And one of the board members says, I mean, this is a very serious accusation from someone as high up as Professor, as well renowned and public as Professor Splat. Since nothing is finalized and nothing has been signed in contract, this seems like relevant information. Professor Splat basically believes that some transactions have been done under his name that he doesn't agree with, and he wants those. He wants those removed from the ledger, and of course, the only way to do that is through a fork, and that's what we're discussing.
Would it be to return the funds that were stolen after, as you know, Sakuradoki was attacked, all completely wiped out financially, and a good portion of that ended up in your account? Is that why you're here?
My account. I mean, you can look at my wallet right now and see that I have nothing from Sakuradoki. Go ahead, take a look.
We already have.
What?
Oh yeah, you thought we'd come in here throwing accusations without facts behind it?
He kind of like. So he kind of like takes out his phone and like he says, "Look, this is what my wallet looks like."
Forged.
Forged.
What are you gonna do about it?
Objection.
If I
Alright.
remember right, it was sent to another person and then sent to Splat directly.
All right, so you're levying these accusations against me, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever the frick shoot darn you're talking about. So I have to ask, if we're trying to figure out a fork, all right, why should that matter to you? Because as what happens with most forks in the system, things get reverted back. So I don't see why you have a problem.
So is the fork to revert the funds back out of your account to the other account that transferred you? That
The fork is
back
to
to Doki?
the fork goes back as far along as the transactions I don't agree with, and I mean, assuming it goes back far enough, it would basically reverse whatever you don't seem to like. I mean, not that I know what you're talking about.
Well, it just not that I know what you're talking about. That says enough right there. If I don't know what you're talking about, it seems like you definitely know what we're talking about. That's why we're here, to have a conversation with you.
All right.
Now you're sitting on a table.
Yeah, I'm putting it all out on the table here.
You are on the table.
Yeah,
You didn't put
exactly.
anything out on the table.
Exactly. You little moron.
Can I shoot him?
You can do
I
whatever
was
you want.
holding back to.
Yeah, you
It normally
do
solves
it
my
first.
problems.
Yeah, shooting really does solve
Here's the
problems.
thing, like, we are not here only because he stole the money, but the way he tried to steal it, that wasn't very friendly of him. So,
And I'm thinking,
like, manipulating Block and trying to cover all these, like, getting in
Right.
touch with one of the Block heads and all that.
Mhm.
So-
So
it's
are
just
you-
a lot of fingers pointing?
All right, so are you plebeian numbskulls done here?
So I
I can see what's triggering Sora.
I'm trying to hold back and not shoot him. Sidebar. That was sidebar.
Okay, yeah.
Not canon. I want to shoot him. However,
And so
I know
Professor
it'll go
Splat said,
south very poorly.
well, I mean, sounds like the fork that I'm trying to propose to Leguri is going to solve all your problems. So if that's it, you guys can sort of skedaddle, leave, kind of let the big boys talk and all that,
I mean, you do understand that it's not only because you stole the money, but you tried to kill her, right? Like, you got in touch with a Block guy.
Okay, hold on a second there. Hold
Yeah,
on. Now now you're accusing me of okay. Why would I?
That's
you
what I'm
talking
trying
about?
to ask you, brother.
Brother.
So now we're resorting to name calling, huh? Is that what you'd stoop that low, huh?
You're just throwing names earlier, so why don't we?
So you think that I would? Okay, so you who did you think
Hold
I
on,
attacked again?
table.
Who was it again? Who did you think I attacked and stole from?
I mean, you have direct connections to the recent attack on Sakura Doki.
Sakura
Then
Doki. Okay, that's what you're talking about.
finances from Sakura Doki who got robbed ended up in your account. You tried to. There was an attempt at covering up those transactions, so now we're here.
Okay, all right.
So there's a lot of fingers pointing at you right now.
All right. I'm a little
'cause
tired
you're
of
connected
this.
to all of it.
All right, I'm a little tired of this, but let me just lay it out straight here. All right, I'm even off the table. All right, I'm off the table. I'm on your guys' level. Okay. So, all right. Full disclosure, all that stuff about the wallet. Yes, I was trying to financially sabotage Sakura Doki. However, I did not realize that Sakura Doki had some unique tokens in her wallet that only she, as a member of Deadly Syndicate, could possibly hold. And I realized, as soon as those would appear in my wallet, that I would be suspect. All right, I fully admit that. I'm trying to correct that by announcing, by trying to get this fork happening. As far as
To
the
just
whole,
bring those tokens back. Not the money
I
that you stole.
well, at least it would. Well, I mean that's up to the jury to handle. All I care about is whatever transactions that involved me are just gone. All right. Any transaction that involved me are gone. I don't care where the tokens go. I don't care where the city currency goes or anything. I just want my transactions from those days out. Now for the attack, okay, you say that things are pointing to me. I don't know what that's about. I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about regarding the physical attack. I wouldn't physically attack somebody. Financial, social sabotage, maybe. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, whatever the frick happens. But actual, like, what you're talking about, I wouldn't stoop that low. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have to stoop that low, but block agents don't mind stooping that low. And you're in contact with a high-level member of block.
Oh, you're talking about? Is this about Blush? Is that what it is?
I mean, Blush had a direct connection and ordered the attack personally, and they even admitted to talking to you about it
Well,
after I shot her.
oh, so Blush is no more.
No, Blush is still there, tied up, left. In the
Okay,
room.
well,
we don't care about that part. However,
Oh, she's
well,
still
I suppose you should be congratulated for your heroic restraint.
Are you 10 years old or something? I don't.
I'm as old as I darn wanna be. Dang it!
a rev normality, eh?
Uh, don't read too much into this. I'm as normal as as a high-end online streaming celebrity can possibly be.
All right, so rev normality, got it.
All right, so
what you're saying is you stole the money,
I did.
and now
Yeah.
you want to unsteal the money.
Yeah.
Because
that's
things
simple
went a
as
lot more sideways. There's a man dead, and now we're here.
that. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Yeah.
So, how are you planning initially to get said money and financially sabotage them? Because
Well,
not all the
like I
money ended up in your wallet.
Yeah, like I said, I did not expect this. So I mean, the money is fine. It was the identifiable tokens, right? As a member of Deadly Syndicate, each member of Deadly Syndicate has like a token that shows that they are a member of Deadly Syndicate. It's like their ID badge or something, right? It's like in their wallet. Yeah, it's essentially how that works. I didn't realize that. I was only after the funds. I wasn't after the identifying information that were on the ledger connected to Sakura Doki. So
We do it.
you still wanna fight me? Still wanna go
I mean-
after me? You still wanna
Like talking outside the game, he clearly didn't. Like he just communicated with Block and said, "Okay, just get this done,
want
however
to do
possible."
this.
Like he has no idea how things went, I think, but he still should like stand up for his actions, you know. I don't know. I'm not a cop.
I'm down to fight. I'm down to not fight. That is your
So Sin has been observing this, kind of leaving you guys to this, and Sin says, "Professor Splat," and Professor Splat kind of looks and says, "Oh yeah, you're the lady in charge, aren't you? You're the babysitter, huh?" And Sin says, "Well, you can say what you'd like, but I would like to see actual proof of what your proposed fork is before I say anything further." And the jury says, Professor Splat asked us not to do that. It's there's some sensitive transactions in the old. There's well, I mean, like if the fork goes through, you'll see it. Like it'll probably go back a couple of days.
That's not enough.
And Sin says, and she turns to you guys and says, what do you think about making him stop streaming for the next month or so?
Hey, I like this.
Sounds like
girl.
a great idea.
Professor Splat's like, whoa, guys, what? Now you're in on this too. Sin, I thought you were a calm and collected like CEO. What is all this nonsense? And Sin says, listen, there's a lot of truth in what you say, maybe not, maybe, and I certainly never liked you. I don't think Sakura Toki ever liked you. But, I was fine with, letting bygones be bygones. However, the fact that you are in any way even possibly insinuated to be connected to an assault on my friend, Sakura Doki, the fact that you have been insulting my subordinates here in varsity, the fact that you have been essentially degrading, being demeaning to the people that I call friends and coworkers, I can't let that stand. And with that, she actually, with a wave of her hand, she conjures a pink crystal into thin air.
Let's go.
Spooky.
I'm taking notes.
And so next time, in the next session, you guys will fight Professor Splat.
Oh, you jerk.
I
You're
want
a
to make
jerk,
you
Baron.
suffer, but-
I typed you up on Twitter and you do this to me?
Let me at him.
You know, I don't want to fight him anymore. I want to fight you, Baron.
No.
This is, I
We
figured
fight
this
the
would
DM? Like,
Okay. Are we going to fight all these guys, or are these just NPCs?
Basically,
know.
so what I'm going to
We
do
can
is,
give up
so
next
Professor, so what's going to happen is Professor Splat just kind of like look, so kind of like to give more context to this. Professor Splat says to Sin, all right, you want to go? You want to go with these three and you and me? Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Let's name a time. Let's name a time and place, and we'll do this thing.
I see.
So essentially, not here and not now, but in the next session, you guys will be in the time and place, in a room somewhere, negotiated by Sin and Professor Splat, and the three of you will be able to fight Professor Splat with any individual member of Deadly Syndicate that you want. It can be Sin. Sin is going to be a good choice.
I want to
Anything-
fight with Sin, actually.
Sin.
Okay.
I
You wanna-
wanna
okay.
fight with
It's either Sin or no, but Dogu could go crazy though. Stream the whole thing.
That
We
would be
can make
awesome.
so much content.
That would be really cool. Okay, she can stream from afar.
Yeah. So all of Deadly Syndicate can be there, but
Dogu's
I know
just
that-
casting the whole thing.
I know this is going to be a little bit contrived, but I'm going to have only one member of Deadly Syndicate actually participate with you in the fight. That will also help reduce the number of actors in the scene.
True.
So, but yeah,
I think we need to call in Arbiter to cast the whole fight.
I don't think Arbiter has any. I don't think Arbiter has any experience commentating D&D.
Hey, Arbiter, you want to shoutcast a fight in D&D?
D&D is not as like fast. It's not as
Yeah,
like fast and
like,
furious and stuff. Like, I think I would have a hard time talking over him. Is the problem. That does sound pretty hype though. There actually is a Brawlhalla bot tournament that I'm hoping to do, not related to this, but like a lore bot tournament. Then I might have need for some like skilled commentators for that. For a D&D thing though,
I wouldn't say I'm skilled. I don't totally understand the game, but I'm good at screaming at things I don't understand. So.
well, D&D is perfect for you then.
That's
Damn.
No, you've been a great player. Like yeah, you all have been great players. But yeah, so next week at the same time on December 7th, will be the concluding session of the adventure of Blockbusters. Like I was talking with you guys earlier. I don't remember if this was on the stream or not, but I'm not so like this whole setting that Aster and I and like other people in Global Breakout have created. I'm not sure to what extent we will be using this like setting or IP or things like that. MC Cause, hello. But this has been a fun adventure, and I hope it reaches a fun conclusion in the final session next week, and we'll look forward to that.
Let's go.
But yeah, thank you all for watching, and you can look forward to this video being this stream being the VOD being posted in the Global Breakout YouTube channel by Sunday. So take care, have a great night, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.